everybody. Welcome and welcome back to Married Life Monday. I am your host, Miss Saunya, and we have a wonderful show for you today. Now, I need y'all to be sharing this out and drop down in the comments and keep the conversation going. Why? Because I will be watching with you. All right, so we have a Facebook post today. We are going to read it. We're going to read the comments, and we're going to have a good time with this post today. It is actually a wonderful post because people go through it every day. You know, it got a little something to do with co-parenting, and y'all know how we do when it comes to splitting up and having to raise our kids. So let's just talk about it. All right, so we're going to get right into it. As usual, y'all know I like to jump right in. All right, the post reads, "My wife thinks that I'm being petty, but I think she's crossing the line and disrespecting me. She has kids from a previous relationship, and we have a child together. Since her kids were little, their father would pick them up every other weekend and take them. Now that our youngest is 5, she wants him to take him as well. I told her no. She didn't think it was a big deal since she feels he's responsible. I don't understand why he needs to have a relationship with our child. He's not extended family. He is simply the father of her he is simply the father of her kids, and I'm setting the boundaries." Okay. "She thinks I'm being childish and letting my ego take over. I think it's disrespectful to her to even ask me. She should have shut that down. It would be different if he was my son's stepdad, but he's her ex. I'm standing my ground on this one, and I know I'm not wrong." Okay, here we go. Now, I have an opinion, but we're going to read the comments. But before we read the comments, I do want to say this. This is the type of situation that works for people who can make it work. Like, different people have different ways of making situations like this work. I will say that when I was younger, my mom definitely had me, my brother, my sister, all of us have different fathers. Okay? There were times when my father would come into town. Like, he lived out of town. But there were times when he would come into town, and when he did come into town and like he wanted to take me to get ice cream or something like that, he would take my brother and my sister too. But him and my mom had that type of understanding. They were friends. Okay? Everybody ain't like that. And everybody's situation just don't work out like that. All right? So let's read some of the comments and just see how this works for some people, or see what their responses are to it. Okay? So, let's see. All right. One young lady said, "Nothing but pride and ego. My sister-in-law has a stepchild that lives with his mom, and they are always going out together. Spent the whole week with her. I don't see a problem, just men being prideful." Okay. That sounds like a situation that works. Okay. All right, my ex takes my 7-year-old with his siblings also. Hubby don't mind. He is definitely a part of our blended family. On holidays, he buy my 7-year-old whatever he buys his siblings, and him and hubby get along very well. When you got men that get along well, okay, you was in a relationship with both of them, but one of them just didn't work out. I get it, okay? But also, this is another example of how it works. You know, everybody can't make it work. Sometimes people break up with other people because they just not good people. And you don't want to send your child with somebody that's not a good person, but these people have made it work. All right, let's see. Another comment says she doesn't want the child that you have to get together. She doesn't want the child that you have together to feel left out or treated differently. Children are innocent until the adults get involved. That's true. I'm sure your son doesn't even understand your rationale. Let him be a kid and enjoy time with his siblings. Okay. At some point, he's going to have to understand. At some point, he's going to have to understand, he or she, the child, is going to have to understand that the relationship is different, okay? Whoever is in the home has to be dad to all of the children. Now, whoever is outside of the home does not have to be dad to all of the children, in my opinion. Now, y'all know this is my opinion. I'm not a marriage counselor or a licensed professional. Just a wife with a little bit of experience, just want to share it. If you find it helpful, fine. If you find it not helpful, find it entertaining, okay? All right. Now, the child being left out is not an issue for me. I don't think that my child, who is not my ex's child, would feel left out because they didn't get to go. Especially if they're not used to going, if they never went before. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't start something, the kids can't really miss it. So I'm not going, I have to disagree on that one. Okay. He could have been feeling like, hey, since you live in the home, I know you're helping take care of my children. So now I'm going to return the favor by taking your child also. Maybe it's his way of showing appreciation. I guess. I'm just not with it personally. As y'all can probably sense, I'm not with it. Not because people are not nice, not because people are not good people, but like I said, there are couples who can make this work. But everybody cannot take your child. And sometimes you don't even want the child that belongs. Now, in some situations, we don't even want the child that belonged to the ex to go with the ex. So why would we send our other child with the ex? We're not doing that. Okay? Because, like I said, a lot of times people break up because that person wasn't a good person. So, I mean, I gotta let you take your children, but I don't have to let you take my other children. And guess what? It's not gonna happen. Now, I know some people have a lot to say about this, and it's okay for us to disagree. We are going to disagree. Now, when you break up and you are friends and you have a wonderful co-parenting relationship, then it can work. Okay? Everybody loves all the kids. I've actually seen a relationship where the ex came in as uncle. You know what I'm saying? And he takes all the kids because that's just the way it looks. That's just all the kids know. Okay, so if the ex is uncle, everybody has a good relationship, then I guess then all the kids can go with uncle. Okay, but in my house, if that was my situation, it would be a no. I mean, here is me. Okay, this is me. When I break up with you, we broke up. Okay? We broke up. Now, we have children together. Okay. Whatever the days we set that we agree that you're going to take your children, okay. Come get them. Bring them back at the appointed time. Now, the other children that I have that are not your children are not yours. Not your responsibility. You are not taking them. We're not going to start it because down the line somewhere, I just rather be the type of person that just eliminate all issues. Okay? You ain't never taking my child. Why? Because I know someday there's going to be an issue. And for those of you who going to drop down in these comments and say, well, how do you know it's going to be an issue? I've seen it plenty of times where, well, it's my daddy. Well, your daddy ain't doing nothing. Well, your daddy this and your daddy this. And ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. People are always going to favor their children. Well, I ain't going to say all people. Because I know, when I have children in my house, everybody is the same. I love all children. I love children. I love all children the same. And there are other people out here like me. But it ain't that many, bro. It ain't that many. Okay? Let's read a couple more of these comments. All right. I think it's good for the kids to get along and go with the ex. Adults and their pride. Don't let the kids be great and enjoy life. Okay, so adults in their pride won't let the kids be great, and enjoy life. The kids are going to enjoy life. This has nothing to do with the children enjoying life. Okay. All right, so here's another one. I see all the ladies saying they don't see a problem. But let's reverse the situation. If your husband's baby mama wanted to take your kids with your husband along with her and your stepchild, would you have the same energy? Good question. Good question. Okay, would you want your child to go? Honestly, I don't know. I just trust. And I know this is going to sound real one-sided. I trust women more than I trust men. And that's an issue of mine, okay? I'm not putting that on nobody else. But if most of the time when you're in a relationship with a guy, and he broke up with a woman and she's nice and your kids love her and whatever, most of the time it was his fault they broke up anyway. I'm just saying, from what I seen, my life experience, that's it. Now y'all might think I'm wrong, but it's okay to disagree. I trust women more than I trust men. So if it was the other way around, I would probably let my kids go. If she was nice, if I got to know her, I would definitely probably let my kids go. I'm just saying, I don't trust dudes like that. And it's a problem, but I don't. And that's an issue. Like I said, it's an issue of mine. It's not something that I'm putting on you guys. You guys do not have to agree with me, but I don't trust men like that. It's not that I don't trust every man that I see. It's not that. I do have a little bit of trust issues, but I'm just not walking around saying, I don't trust that person. I don't trust that person. I don't trust them. Okay? It's not that. But I do not trust. It's a lot of different types of men that I just don't trust. And I know that there are good men out there. My husband happens to be one of them. I have uncles who are great men. I have good men all around me. But unfortunately, I've had some experiences with some very bad men who appear to be good men. So, no. And I haven't had that much experience like that with women. So, I personally trust the ladies more than I trust men. So, it just depends on her personality, her character, how my children, respond to her and all of that. Then maybe my kids can go. I'm just saying. Let's read one more. Let me scroll down a little bit just to see. All right. I agree with him. The child they have together is not her ex's responsibility. It ain't got nothing, for me, it don't have anything to do with the child being his responsibility or not. I just don't see that situation ending well as the children grow older. So, I don't know. I'm not with it. I'm not here for it. I love good relationships. I love good co-parenting relationships. So, let me just say this. I am not against it. I'm not against it for anybody, but there are people who make these situations work. I am just not here for it. Okay? For those people who have a great co-parenting relationship, that's great. I have a great co-parenting relationship, but my kids that I have with my husband will never, and that's on me. It ain't got nothing to do with any other party in the whole situation. It's just not something that I want to do. And it's not because there's bad blood. It's just not an ideal situation for me. But I see people who make these type of situations work all the time. And, power to you. I love to see it. I love to see people getting along, because you have to get along for your children. You have to build a friendship, a relationship. You got to do that for your kids. And when your children see everybody getting along, that's enough. It's enough. You don't have to beat up on each other with your words. You don't have to, talk bad about each other. You don't have to do any of that. You can just live, have a good relationship. Hello, goodbye. Discuss whatever the children need. And that's a good co-parenting relationship. Some people try to go above and beyond, and it's not necessary. Not in my eyes. Just have a good relationship and everybody do their part. And we got a good life. But anyway, that's my opinion on this. I am done with this topic. I didn't really like it, but I saw it and I felt like it was good for us to talk about because people deal with it every single day. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget that Married Life Monday is going to be bigger and better. We are taping for the new show. If you or someone you know would be great for the Married Life Monday show, go ahead and email us at thebedofmarriage@gmail.com, and we will get back with you as soon as possible with the questionnaire and move from there. So don't forget to share this video with everybody. And until next time, you guys say a prayer for me. I'll do the same for you. Bye. Monday.